You're good, Beth.
Good morning, everyone. This is Beth Wright, and it's time to practice Hatha Yoga. Oh boy! I'm super excited. So let's begin. And I always like to open the class with one Om, bringing your palms together in prayer position at your heart center. And as you chant the sound of Om, at the end, when you bring your mouth together, allow your tongue to be touching and connected to the roof of your mouth, the top of your mouth, because that carries the vibration up to the pituitary and the pineal gland. And this is going to connect us with all of creation. So let's take a nice breath in through our nose into our belly. And now connecting to our higher self just by stating the intention. I'm connected to my higher self. I am one with my higher self. I am one with my I am presence. And today we're going to practice yoga with a little bit of sacred geometry. So go ahead and set your intention for the class and perhaps your day ahead. Okay, so you have your intention, and now you're going to build a pyramid of golden light around you. So it's big enough to fill the room, and it surrounds your whole body while you are doing the yoga class. So see, you're asking your higher self to create that pyramid of golden light around you for the duration of the class, and then you're placing your intention within that pyramid. And now you've activated that pyramid. So that intention, that thought form, and the energy of the sacred geometry pyramid will be working and organizing your energy field and your body as we practice. All right, so go ahead and bring your hands down to your lap. And then we're just going to drop our chin down to our chest. Keep your shoulders back as you continue to draw your chin down and breathe into the back of your neck. And then as you breathe in again, roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. And with the exhalation, drop the chin back down to the chest. And then inhale, roll your left ear to your left shoulder. Just warming up our neck. And then keep moving your neck and your head like this with the breath. Back and forth, just opening up some of those muscles. I tend to carry a lot of tension in the neck and shoulders. So we might even focus on the neck and shoulders today. Good. And then bring your head back up to center. And let's bring our arms up to sky. And then drop the right hand behind. And the left hand sweeps around the back, reaching for the other hand so that you can clasp hands behind your back, keeping your spine nice and straight here. And if you can't clasp the hands together, you can always use a strap and just walk your hand up the strap. And if there's a gap, that's what the strap is for. Gap strap. Clap. Okay. Breathe here into the shoulders. Good. That's about 4 breaths. And then we'll release. Just shake your shoulders out. And inhale, draw the shoulders up, back. Exhale, down and forward. So big movement. Inhale, up, back, down and forward. One more time. Inhale, up, back, down and forward. And shake the shoulders. And bring the arms up with the inhalation. And now we're going to drop the left hand behind the head, in between the shoulder blades. And you're going to reach the right hand back. And again, you're seeking to, or you're working to clasp the hands together. If you can't do that, then just use a strap. Very simple. And then breathe into it. Deep breaths right into the belly, in through your nose. Good. And release. And shake the shoulders out. And now inhale, shoulders up, forward. Exhale, down and back. Inhale, up, forward. Exhale, down and back. One more time. Forward, down, and back. And just shake the shoulders out here. And now we're going to move into a twist. So bring both legs out in front of you. Shake out your legs. And you can come off of your pillow or cushion. Shake the legs out. And then place the right foot across the left leg. The foot plants above or below the knee, but not right next to it. Sitting up nice and tall and flexing your left foot. Go ahead and twist to the right. Place your right hand behind you, and then the left arm raises and twist even further. And here you can bring the left elbow right to the left knee, and it will help you in your twist. As you turn your gaze over your right shoulder, keep flexing that left foot. It keeps the left leg activated. And now breathe into your twist. All the air coming into your belly. Good. And release. And now bring the right leg back out. Take your legs out. And we'll do it to the other side. Planting the left foot over on the right side of the right leg, above or below the knee. Sit up nice and tall. Left hand plants behind you. Right arm raises up. Inhale. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Deep breaths into the belly through the nose. Good. And release. And then bring your feet, the soles of your feet together, and draw your feet in towards your body. And you can interlace your hands and wrap them around your toes, sitting up nice and tall here. And just bounce your knees a little bit. Bouncing the knees. And now you can let go of the knees. Stop bouncing. And then we're going to slowly lean forward. So just go nice and slow. And notice where you're feeling the resistance in the pose. And then take the breath into those spaces. Good. And now come back up to center. And we're going to come onto all fours into tabletop. Knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders, fingers wide. Let's do a little cat-cow, inhaling, looking up, drop the belly. Now, in this position, press into your knees a little bit. As you do that, your legs are going to come apart, and that will open the sits bones in the back even wider here. As your gaze turns up, feel that? When you make that, put a little pressure into the knees, the sits bones open. Good. And then as you exhale, you're going to press your heart up, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. All the air comes out. Inhale. Exhale. Back and forth like this. Cat-cow. And just warming up the spine. One more time. Good. And now returning to a neutral back. And we'll step right from our tabletop, tuck your toes under, and take it back into downward dog. Begin to pedal through the feet, walking them out. And you're going to feel the backs of the legs open, using your breath. You can pulsate your heart towards your toes if you like, a little bounce. Press away from the hands so that the arms are extended. And now go ahead and sink both heels down. And breathe. Sinking the heels, pressing with the hands. Breath comes into the belly. Good. From here, let's roll it right out into plank, coming up onto the toes, and then there's that sort of wave-like motion with the body. As you come into plank, shoulders come right over the wrists, and here, let's just hold it for a few breaths. You're going to feel your core activate. Keep extending the crown. It's a very subtle movement, but you're drawing the crown, you're lengthening out from the heels through the crown. So your body is nice and long. You don't want to let those hips drop down. Keep the hips elevated, but not too high where you break the line. So it's just one line of the body here. Good. From here, drop the knees down. Take your knees wide on the mat. Bring the toes together. And then sit back in child's pose. This is a wide knee child's pose. Let your heart melt toward the mat. And just breathe. Arms extended. And rolling back up into table. Bring the knees under. And then step it right up into plank. Legs extended. And from plank into downward dog. And now we're going to roll back into plank. And we're going to go from plank into upward dog. So upward dog is only, you're keeping your hands and your feet on the mat. That's the only thing that will touch the mat in upward dog. From here, roll forward slightly and then lower your hips just above the mat And now come onto the tops of your feet as you draw your heart forward. So just the tops of the feet and the hands are making contact. Keep extended through the arms so that you have full support in your shoulders. Heart draws forward. And then from here, drop your hips all the way down and come all the way onto your belly. And make a pillow with your hands. Turn your head to one side and let's just rock our hips back and forth. Good. And now bring your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows into the body, and take your legs the width of the mat. So you're making a V with your legs, and we're going to come into a cobra here. Baby cobra to start. Inhale, lift your chest, gaze is forward, so you can feel here that it's the back muscles that are supporting this pose. You should be able to lift your hands off the mat and still be in the same position with your chest. Just breathe here in baby cobra. And then release, make a pillow with your hands, turn your head to the other side, and then just rock the hips. And let's do the next stage of Cobra. So hands in the same position, underneath the shoulders, fingers wide, elbows in. Your legs are still out, wide. And now inhale, lift the head, chest. This time you've got a little bit of weight on the hands, but you keep your elbows bent. So it's the same shape that you're making with your upper body. You still want the majority of the weight to be supported by the muscles in your back. But you are putting a little bit of weight on your hands here. This way you can come up higher. What you don't want to do is straighten the arms, because once you do that, you've lost any benefit from this pose at all. Then you're just completely allowing the weight to go onto the hands. Whereas if you have your elbows bent, then it's the trunk of the body that is doing the work. And that's what we want. That's how we build our core. And release it down. Make a pillow with your hands. Turn your head to another side. And let's rock it with the hips. Nice deep breath in. Good. And then bring your legs back together, or about hip width apart. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Tuck the toes, and let's take it back up into downward dog. And today we're going to do something that I haven't taught before. We're going to do a sun salutation, but with the added option of coming into Chaturanga and up dog, and I will explain the difference between the two. So this version that we're about to do is a little bit more intermediate to advanced. So as always in my classes, I like to give options for everyone from beginner up so that everyone can practice. Okay, so in sun salutation, we stand at the top of the mat, palms at the heart. And now we're going to do one round of sun salutation, which is the way that I've been teaching so far. And then the next round, I'll show you the Chaturanga into and the downward dog option. So palms at the heart. You're in mountain pose. Press slightly into the feet to strengthen your foundation And then inhale, reach up, slight arch back. Exhale, sweep the arms out. Bend the knees as you come down into forward fold. Here you're drawing the crown down toward the earth. Good. From here, you step the right foot back into low lunge. From low lunge, plant the hands underneath the shoulders and hold it in plank. Okay, option one, you drop your knees, tilt your hips back, and then bring your chest down in between your hands with your forehead or chin on the mat. Toes stay tucked under here. From here, you inhale, sliding into Cobra. Toes point, chest comes forward, draw the shoulders down and back. And then you exhale into downward dog. We're going a little slow. Inhale, right foot forward. Low lunge. Exhale, left foot forward. Step all the way up using your core. Draw the crown down in your forward fold. And then inhale, sweep the arms out. Palms up, slight back bend. Exhale, palms to the heart. Okay, now we're going to do option two. And just making an adjustment here. I love it when my email pops up for no reason at all. Okay, there we go. All right, so mountain pose at the top of the mat, palms together at the heart. Inhale, reach up, slide back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the left foot back into low lunge. And now holding the breath, coming into plank. Okay, Chaturanga is when you lower from plank with your body exactly as it is in plank. You just begin to bend your elbows and you lower just off the mat. Now this takes some strength. And from here, when you inhale, then you slide onto the tops of your feet. Now you're in downward dog. Upward dog instead of Cobra. And from here, tuck the toes up and back. Downward dog. And then inhale, left foot forward. And exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, palms to the heart. Okay, so just working with our Chaturanga, it does take some arm strength, some pectoral, bicep, tricep strength, but it is something that can be done. And I want to just go over the Chaturanga part a little bit. So as you're lowering, here you are in plank. As you're lowering, you keep your elbows in. And you don't come too far down. Like if you come too far down, it makes it really difficult. So come just to where you are still in control of the pose, and then inhale, press with the arms up, rolling onto the top of the feet at the same time into upward dog. Okay, but wherever you are, you work with your ability, and then you push yourself a little bit to go to the next level when you're ready. And remember, it's a practice. So the more we do it, the better we get and the easier it gets. In theory. No, in truth. All right, so let's do one more round of sun salutation, and then you have the option of choosing whichever modification that you would like on this day, whichever one you are feeling is best suited to you on this day. Okay, Staying at the top of the mat, palms at the heart. Now tune into your pyramid that is around you, and also the intention that is vibrating inside of it. And let's begin. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot back. Hold the breath, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left foot forward. Draw the crown down. Inhale, up. Exhale, palms to the heart. Good. Other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot back. Hold the breath, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, palms to the heart. Good work. And now inhale, reach up. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the right foot back into low lunge. Plant the right palm underneath the right shoulder and raise the left arm up to sky. Keep reaching through that back leg so it stays straight as your gaze turns up to your left palm. And breathe here in your twist. The other option is to have the back knee down, the modification, and that will give you a little bit more of a rest. Otherwise, the knee is lifted. Good, and then lower the left palm down. And you're going to plant the right foot down. The right foot is at an angle, and the right foot is lined up with the right hip bone. The left foot is lined up with the left hip bone. And from here, bend into this left knee and we'll come up into warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. Here, both hips and shoulders are facing the front of the mat, and your arms reach up as you sink into the front leg. You're working to get the hips even with one another. So we don't want to be twisted sideways like Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Warrior 1, everything is facing the front, sinking into that front leg, and then you're reaching through the back leg as your gaze turns up towards your hands. Breathe. Good, and then release, hands down, and straighten through that front leg. And now pull the back foot in just a little bit for pyramid pose. So it's a shorter stance, but the feet placement is the same as Warrior 1. In pyramid, your hips and shoulders are facing the front, and now you're going to keep your legs straight as you come down slowly over the front leg. This is when you can use a block or blocks on either side and place your hands here if you need them. Okay, so the legs stay straight here As you come over the center line, you'll feel the stretch right up the back of the left leg. Breathe into it. Keep moving deeper into the pose as you breathe. The stretch will increase. We don't know how much it will increase, but it will increase with every breath. And then you're working with the legs by pressing into the feet slightly. Good. From here, we're going to do reverse triangle. So take your hand, and I'm going to demonstrate with the block here, because most people are working with blocks. So your right hand will come onto a block either on the inside or the outside of the left foot. If you're a beginner, then place it on the inside. If you're more advanced, then place the block on the outside. And now you turn your gaze to the left, and the left arm comes up, stacking the shoulders. Okay. Legs stay straight, and you're breathing as you hold this. So this has an added twist in it. So our body is twisted. Breathe into the belly. Good. And now release the left arm down. Bend into the front knee and come all the way up to stand. From here, we're going to come into tree pose. So step your right foot up to meet your left, and I'll just demonstrate facing you. So in tree pose, you have options. First of all, let's just root down through the left foot. So close your eyes for a moment and imagine that you have roots coming out of your left foot down into the earth, and it's taking hold in the soil, providing you with a beautiful, strong foundation. Really feel that connection to the earth through the left leg and left foot. And then from here, you can either bring your foot just like this, so it's still touching if you're working with your balance. Otherwise, you can bring it up to your calf or up to your thigh, whichever one works for you on this day. Staying rooted through the left leg, palms come to the heart. Your hips are dropped down here, and there's no arch in the back, so your tailbone is tucked under. Shoulders are down, and you're just focusing on the balance. It helps to find one spot to stare at, something that isn't moving as you breathe. And now we're going to open the tree up into whatever expression feels right. You can have your hands up, arms out, fingers wide, in Gyan Mudra, whatever you'd like to do here. Maintaining the balance. Good, and then palms back to the heart, and we'll slowly step out onto the right foot, shaking out the left leg. And now, let's do the other side. Palms at the heart. Inhale, reach up, slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the left foot back into low lunge. Plant the left palm underneath the left shoulder and raise the right arm up. If you want to drop this left knee down, that's an option for you. Breathe into your twist. The breath should fill the belly. Good. Lower the right hand down and then plant the back left foot down at an angle, lining the foot up with the left hip bone. From here, we'll come up into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Inhale, lift the torso. And again, you're aligning, you want to draw this left hip forward. So that's the work in the pose, because quite often, as we try to do this pose, this left hip is over to the left. So the work is to draw it forward in this long stance. And then you're reaching back through the left leg, sinking into the right knee. Arms come up, gaze turns up. And breathe. One more deep breath here. Good, release. And now let's pull that back foot in for a shorter stance. Legs are the same as in Warrior 2 for a pyramid pose. So pressing into the feet, coming down over the center line here, and you can have your blocks ready as you work with opening up the back of the right leg. Press slightly into the feet, deep breaths. And remember, with every breath, you move more deeply into the pose. Excellent. And now coming into reverse triangle, take your block either to the inside or the outside of the right foot, and you'll bring your left hand onto that block. And the right arm now goes up to sky as you stack the shoulders. Your sacrum area stays level here, and you're in another twist. Press into the feet to stabilize your pose and breathe. Good. Lower the right arm down. Bend into the right knee. Come all the way up to stand. And now we'll move into tree pose on the other side. So bring your left foot up to meet your right. And we'll take a moment here and we'll root down through this right foot. Just making that beautiful connection with the earth, with our intention. So we create through our intentions. Everything starts with a thought. And that's what we're doing. We are grounding down to the earth with our thought, our intention. And so it's done. And now you move your left foot into whichever position feels right for you on this side. If your foot is up on your thigh, you're pressing that foot in. So, and the hips are down. You don't want your hips to be out of alignment. You're like dropped into the pose here. Palms come to the heart. And now breathing here, finding that spot to focus on. And coming into your higher expression of your pose. Palms back to the heart center. And with control and mastery, step out slowly onto your left foot and just shake your right leg out. Good. And now stand with your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. And we're just going to twist back and forth. And come back to center. And let's take our legs out wide. Turn sideways on your mat. And you're going to turn your toes in slightly and turn your heels out. And then from here, come down. And you can place either your hands on blocks right underneath your shoulders in front of you, or you can take your hands to the outsides of the ankles and then pull on the ankles slightly to draw your head down toward the mat. Oh my gosh, I have saggy shoulders. This aging thing is really wonderful, isn't it? I love it so much. And now interlace your hands behind your back if you like to go to the next step, and then the arms come out over. And this is a nice shoulder stretch as you're drawing your head down toward the mat. Good. Release your arms. Turn your heels in now, toes out, knees are bent, and you're going to come all the way up into a squat. Adjust your feet accordingly. So this aging thing is, it's inevitable, right? It's all in how we perceive it. I love my beautiful body. I love my beautiful body. Thank you so much, body, for doing all that you do for me. I love you, and I accept you exactly as you are. Good. And that's how we transform ourselves. No matter what we're trying to transform, whether it's our body or something else, we transform it with love. Arms come out into like a cactus position and spread the fingers wide. And now we're going to do a lion's breath. By now you should be feeling your legs a little bit more. So a lion's breath is a deep inhale in, and then as we exhale, we stick our tongue all the way out and we make like a roaring noise. And this really helps to clear the throat, clear any stuck energy there. So let it rip, because you're watching in the privacy of your own home. There's nobody to scare. And it goes like this. 2 more times. Big inhale. 1 more time. Good. And then straighten the legs. Toe, heel your feet in. There's just something so satisfying about that. And now we're going to come all the way down onto our seat and bring your legs out in front. Shake your legs out. And we'll do a few leg poses. So I love Janu Shavasana. And so let's bring the left foot to the inside of the left thigh, hips and shoulders square to the front, flexing that left foot, and inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, you're leaning out over this left leg, and your hands can slide forward to wherever they slide forward to. Now, because it is Janu Shavasana, it's head to knee pose. If you don't have any injuries that are going to prevent you from doing this pose, you can take your head to your knee or your leg. If you do have any injuries, keep your head lifted and just draw your heart forward. Focusing on opening up the back of the left thigh, but you'll also notice this working on your lower back on either side of the spine. Breathe into it. Every breath going deeper. Two more breaths. Good. Coming up slowly. And let's do the other side. Right leg comes out in front. And take the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Squaring hips and shoulders to front. Lift through the chest. Inhale. Flexing the right foot. Exhale, slowly come over this right leg. Hands coming out to wherever they come to. And so, you could be working right here. It doesn't matter how far down you are. What matters is the stretch that your body is receiving. So as you inhale, take your awareness to the resistance, to the tightness, and breathe into it. And then just visualize openness and flow. Moving past those barriers in your life, moving through those limitations. And you can bring your head to the knee if that works for you. Two more breaths. Good. Coming up all the way. And now we're coming into boat pose. So lifting the shins to be parallel to the mat. You're on your seat. Arms are out the length of the legs, and you're just holding it here. And this is activating the core. So you can stay right here. If you want to go further and challenge yourself a little bit today, you're going to lengthen out the legs and lower the body. Not all the way, and then come up. And we'll do that 2 more times. Lengthen the legs out, lower, hold it, and up. 1 more time. Lengthen, lower, hold it, and up. Good. And then cross the ankles. And now you are in a seated position. And then bring the soles of the feet together, this time for Tarasana, star pose. So the feet come out, and we have the trajectory of bringing the forehead or the crown right into the instep of the feet. So let's go ahead and lean forward and place the crown into the instep. The hands can come over the toes. You can interlace the fingers. Now, for those of you who are still working to get the crown into the instep, wherever you are, just imagine that the crown is in the instep. So you have that energetic connection and intention. And you may not be there today, but you're working toward it. So the practice brings us closer and closer to our vision, moving us through our limitations and helping us to manifest and achieve our desires, our goals. Breathe into it. Good. And then coming all the way up to sit. And bring the legs out wide now. And we'll flex both feet, hands come in front, and begin to walk the hands forward. As you come onto your elbows, perhaps, and you can feel the inside of both thighs being stretched open here. Breathe into it. Coming down a little bit further. And coming back up. And then cross the ankles. We've got 10 minutes left in class. So we'll do a bridge pose. So come onto your back, plant your feet, and come all the way down, slowly onto the back. Arms down alongside the body, palms facing down. Walk your feet into position so that your feet are close to your seat, underneath your knees. And now from here, go ahead and press into the feet as you begin to lift the hips up. Lift them a little bit higher and bring your shoulders, roll your shoulders underneath your body. You can, once you do that, you can interlace your fingers. Now, if you can't get into this position, that's okay. If wherever you are, if your palms are down, facing down, you're still lifting the hips and you're drawing your upper sternum toward your chin. So we're working to get vertical placement of the upper spine, the thoracic spine. See how my upper body is more vertical? Don't let the knees splay out. And then pull in to the Mula Bandha, the root lock. Squeeze in through your perineum, sex organs. Squeeze right in that area as you draw the sternum toward your chin. And breathe. One more breath. And release it down slowly, coming all the way down onto your back. And now hug your knees into your chest and rock a little bit side to side. Good. From here, hold on to the right leg as you lengthen the left leg out. And now right arm comes out to the side, palm facing down. We're going to guide that right knee across to the left side of the body in a twist, keeping the right shoulder on the mat. Breathe into your belly. Good. Drawing the right knee back into your chest. Slowly. And then lengthen the right leg out. Now draw the left knee in, pulling it in close with both hands. And then breathing the left arm out to the side, palm facing down in a T position. And we'll guide this left leg across for a twist, keeping the left shoulder down. So wherever the leg comes to, you don't want to force it. Just let it stay where it is and breathe into the twist. And one side might be quite different than the other, depending on what you have going on in your body. And that's okay. Just love everything. Love all aspects of yourself. That's the work that we're doing, is loving and accepting every aspect, even the stuff that we don't like, even the stuff that we can't see. When it pops up and we see it in a reflection of someone else, mirroring it back to us, we have to learn how to love that too. And it can be very difficult, but you just keep going. Good. And now bring the left knee back in. And we're coming into final Shavasana, final resting pose. Arms out wide, legs out wide. Take a couple of deep breaths in, making any final little movements that you need to make until you feel that you're in that position that feels really comfortable and you can just let go here. And in today's silent meditation, bring your awareness to your navel, your belly button. And as you meditate on it, imagine that there's a umbilical cord going right from your navel to the sun, the galactic sun, which is known as source. So you're connecting your navel to the galactic sun via this energy tube or energetic umbilical cord. And as you lie in meditation, focusing on that, you're drawing that pure source energy down and into you, and it's feeding your entire body with this powerful source energy. Let go a little bit more. Whatever you're holding on to, just let it go. And draw that source energy in through your navel. And now just affirming out loud, I am one with source energy. I am pure source energy. And now wiggle your fingers and toes. Reach your arms long overhead. Stretch through the whole body. Bend through both knees and roll onto one side. Pressing up, coming into your seated position. Easy pose, palms at the heart. And we'll close the class with one Om, breathing in together. And if you'd like, you can keep this golden pyramid with that thought intent activated throughout the day. And at any time you want to dissolve it, you just ask your higher self to dissolve it. But play with it. It really works and it's powerful. I bow to the beautiful and magnificent light inside of you that is also inside of me. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a beautiful Tuesday. And again, my name is Beth Wright. My website is energyhealingteacher.com, and you can find me on Facebook, Spirit Works Beth Wright.